First tonight, well, the end of a truly momentous week full of truly amazing sights.
Yes, the eyes of the world were once more on Leicester this morning as the completed tomb of Richard III was finally revealed.
And this evening, 8,000 lamps have been lit around Leicester Cathedral as a symbol of commemoration and community celebration. Well, Gita Penze is at Jubilee Square for us tonight. Gita, good evening. Looks amazing.
Yes, Leicester is certainly shining bright this evening. The bells are tolling at the cathedral and there is a laid-back and celebratory tone here this evening, following on from the grandeur and the ceremony of the last week. Over the last 2 hours, 8,000 lamps have been lit and they weave a trail that starts here at Jubilee Square, then onto the streets that surround Leicester Cathedral and on and display, a huge display outside in front of Leicester Cathedral in the gardens that have become so famous. Over at the visitor centre, members of the public have been invited to light candles that have been arranged in the shape of a crown. And the reason for this event really is to bring the community together in a moment of reflection about what has happened here over the last week. Well, earlier today, the tomb, Richard III's tomb, was unveiled to the public for the first time. And our chief news reporter, Quentin Rayner, was there.
Revealed at first light, the first sight of the lost king's tomb. Stonemasons worked late into the night to have it ready. Carved from Swaledale fossil stone, its position in the cathedral similar in significance to the Greyfriars chancel, where he was buried over 500 years ago. By noon, the tomb was ready to be revealed to the world in a special service of celebration. The 700-strong congregation, including 200 with ballot places, and singer Sam Bailey, was promised something completely different. Themes of war, peace, reconciliation and repose were reflected by 70 performers from the Curve Theatre. And then the highlight of the service and the culmination of an extraordinary week, the moment when the King's tomb was revealed by the younger performers as they pulled off a cloth of Richard's colours to unveil his permanent place of rest, their varied dance reflecting the diversity of the city. At the end of the service, those who attended became the first people to view Richard's tomb. Countless others will follow in their footsteps over future centuries.
What a privilege. It's fantastic. It's a beautiful piece of stone.
I think it's really cool how they've made the indent of the cross so deep within the stone without the stone breaking.
You've come a long way. You're from the Richard III Society from New Zealand.
Yes, I have, yes.
What do you make of the tomb?
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's fantastic work of art and such a tribute to the man.
Absolutely gorgeous. It's brilliant. And I'm privileged to be invited to see a thing like this.
It looks amazing, really. That's really all I can say. It's amazing.
Well, I've never seen such a thing. It's really great.
From repose to final resting place, a simple oak coffin was draped first in a black velvet pall, then gilded by a crown, now sealed by a tombstone, in a space of respect and reflection. Quentin Rayner, BBC East Midlands Today, Leicester Cathedral.
Well, I'm joined by Jeff Rowe, who is one of the organisers behind tonight's Leicester Glows. Jeff, what's the idea been behind this? Because obviously we've had this incredible week. Why did you decide to have this particular event?
It's really giving people an opportunity to experience Leicester in a different kind of way. We've seen some fantastic images of the city across the last week, across the world on TV and the internet. And really tonight is an opportunity for people to come and relax and experience Leicester in a very different kind of way. And I think we're achieving that so far.
And Leicester Cathedral, we've seen the images all week and it looks very different tonight, doesn't it?
It does. It's lit entirely by flames and by candles. Yeah, I think it's a beautiful building and we've been able to reflect that in this event this evening.
And of course we're here in Jubilee Square, a very new addition to the city. Is this the first time it's been used in this kind of way?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't think this sort of event has ever happened in Leicester before, and it's great to be able to use some of the new spaces as well as some of the historic buildings like the Cathedral and Guildhall Lane and Peacock Lane, and really try and bring those two things together, really, the old medieval side of the city and the very new.
And very briefly, you've lived here for 25 years. What's been your gem of a moment?
Over the last week, other than queues, there's been an awful lot of queues. I think for me it's the imaging of Leicester, and it's the real warm welcome that people have given visitors from across the world.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Jeff. Well, they'll continue to have people wandering through the city to soak up the atmosphere over the next few hours. And, you know, it was a week ago when I was here as the city was poised, ready to see what it would be like to rebury a king. And I think we can safely say it's been a week to remember.
Oh, Geeta, thank you very much. It certainly has. And that looks absolutely beautiful, doesn't it?
Inspired idea, that is.
It's just lovely.
It's going to look gorgeous when it gets properly dark as well.